Is Jarvee dead? Is automation dead? Does Jarvee still work? Is Jarvee still safe? Seems to be the question that you guys keep asking me, whether it's in my YouTube comments, whether it's in my Instagram DMs. You know, a lot of you have asked that question. And I feel like I've answered it, but maybe I haven't. So I decided that I'd put out a video for you guys while I'm out here in Arizona. I'm out in Phoenix, kind of try to get away from that hurricane that was coming through. I don't think it's as bad as they say it was going to be, but anyways, I didn't want to take a chance. This is also a good example of the power of digital marketing, the fact that you can literally just up and leave and still be able to work from anywhere. You know, you're not relying on your job's income. If your job shuts down, if you get fired, you have your own stream of income and you have the ability to work from anywhere. Again, if you're interested in creating that for yourself, I have 2 full courses on how to do it, and I've linked them below, so take advantage of that if you want. Now, back to Jarvee. Is Jarvee dead? Now, I know a lot has gone on with Jarvee Action Block since June. People can't get their automations working. You know, I've released settings videos trying to help you guys out. And I've told you in those videos that you can no longer be a beginner automator and succeed on the Jarvee platform. We played our hand. For the last 4 or 5 years, we have been automating Instagram accounts. What has Instagram been doing? Instagram has been collecting data. They've been letting us rock. Think about it. When police bust drug dealers, what do? They let them rock for a little while. They let them build up that money. They learn their moves. They learn everything about them. And then they hit them when they least expect it. That's what Instagram's done to us. Now, every year, Instagram kind of sends out some updates, kind of blocks us from automating for a little while. But this year, they're actively combating it. Now, I have sources that actually work inside of Facebook. And in the Instagram division, they actually have a committee that is dedicated to this, all right? And they've been dedicated to that for the last couple months. And it's actually become very secret inside of Instagram what this committee is doing to actively combat Instagram automators. That's totally outside the realm of this video. We're just going to go over what's going on and some things that you can do to try to get your automation back up and running. Now, at Instagram actively combating automation, what has Jarvee been doing? Well, Jarvee updates their platform weekly. Now, for those of you that didn't get the video, Jarvee actually released a statement saying that they are, bringing a big fix within hopefully the next week to the API and to the embedded browser. The main issue right now is the API. It doesn't work. Most bigger automation bots, bigger automation companies have been running off the same API. For those of you that have come off my follow adder videos and asked me to do follow adder tutorials, there's no reason for me to, because follow adder doesn't work. They're still running off an API. That's the reason why Jarvee is your best bet right now, because Jarvee gives you the ability to run your actions through the embedded browser. Now, the embedded browser is the Chrome extension. So you got a few ways you can access Instagram. You can access Instagram from your phone, which is the Instagram app. That's the API. That's what Jarvee's emulating when they're running off the API. And that's what Instagram is actively attacking and detecting. Now, when we run Jarvee off a mobile proxy, it emulates that we are on our phones, okay? And we are on our phones using the embedded browser. So Instagram has a hard time detecting that we are automating when, number 1, we are on a mobile proxy, and number 2, we're using the embedded browser. Now, they got the API figured out. Jarvee has actively said that they are going to release updates that are going to fix the API, but for now, we have to use what works. And what works right now is the embedded browser. So if you're on any other type of automation that's not working, follow adder, anything like that, it's because they're using the API. So stop paying for those things, get rid of it. Jarvee is your only option right now. And that's obviously because they have the embedded browser, okay? Now, I told you in my last settings video that if you are just coming to videos, grabbing settings, plugging them into Jarvee, clicking start, and getting blocks, and then coming back to the video and going, man, I use these settings, I got blocked. There is a lot more that goes into automating an Instagram account. Instagram is actively getting rid of newbie automators. You actually have to know what you're doing now to be able to automate Instagram. Until Jarvee comes out with an update that fixes that, you have to know what you're doing. Now, I've tried to help out with that on my YouTube channel, giving you guys settings, but the settings aren't just a plug and play and that's what's gonna work. It's a preset. My settings are a preset. Now, if you plug my settings in and you start to run them and they work, that's fine. If you plug them in and you notice blocks, what do you need to do? You need to troubleshoot it. You need to change the delays. You need to change the actions per minute. You need to change the actions per hour. You need to change the actions per day. You actually have to go in and troubleshoot these things. And this is what it means to take yourself from being just a beginner level automator to an actual expert level automator. And that's why I created Instagram Guerrilla Tactics. All the answers to getting your program running again is in there. So if you want to get your automation platform running again, get that course and start learning. Join the Facebook group and message me, because with that course, you get my consultation. So, if you're sending me DMs and I'm not responding, it's because you're not in Instagram Guerrilla Tactics. And I've reserved my consultation for the members inside that course. Now, what I'm also doing is I'm actually offering a consultation where I'll go in and adjust your Jarvee settings so that they're working again. If you want me to just go in there and play around with your settings and get your automation software working again, that's something that I can do. You can either message me on Instagram or send me an email and we can set that up. So what are some things that you can do right now to get your automation tool working again if you're receiving blocks? Number one, I want you to rest your accounts. I want you to rest your accounts for 24 to 48 hours. Now you need to diagnose each account individually, because certain accounts are going to run differently, okay? You might have an account that was hurt really bad back in the block waves, all right? So back in June, you might have had an account that was blocked for almost a month. Those are the accounts that are going to have a lot of issues now when you're trying to automate them, because they're flagged. Instagram has flagged them. 98% of my accounts run smoothly. Now guess the 2% of accounts that I have that don't run smoothly. It's the accounts that really got smashed back in June with the block waves. Now, if you have accounts like these, the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to change the proxies. Now, if you're doing client management and you have an account like this, or your account is one of those accounts that is having trouble being automated, what you need to do is you need to rest that account for 5 days. Now, before you rest that account for 5 days, you need to change your proxy. The only proxies that are working right now are mobile proxies. If you're using any other proxy, I think that was a scorpion. If you're using any other proxy, it's not going to work. If you're using any other kind of proxy other than a 4G, unlimited bandwidth, rotating mobile proxy, you're not going to be able to automate. So I'm sorry, if you're still buying $3 proxies from High Proxy, you're going to get blocks. If you're buying cheap proxy, the $35 mobile proxies, you're going to get blocked. All right, I linked 2 valid mobile proxy services down in the description below that you can go, that I use, that I'm running fine off of, so I know they work. If you're not willing to invest in yourself and your business and spend a little bit of money to automate properly, then this isn't really the thing for you anyways, okay? And that's what Instagram's doing. It's getting rid of people like that. It's getting rid of people who don't want to invest in their education and learn how to bot. And it's getting rid of people who don't want to invest in their business and get mobile proxies, because they know that people aren't going to pay $70, $80 for a mobile proxy. And those people are just going to give up because they're not going to be able to automate, and they're just going to quit. Which leads me to the people that stick around, that want to learn and that want to continue automating Instagram accounts. Those are going to be the ones that flourish, because as you know, there's going to be a lot of people out there who want their accounts automated, and there's going to be a huge demand, but not enough supply of automators. And that's why I haven't given up, because I know that my business will flourish, and it has. The onboarding of clients I've done in the past month, August has been my biggest month in my whole career for Instagram automation. In a month where most people can't even get their automation tools working, I've had the biggest month I've ever had in my life, in my business. And why is that? Well, it's because I haven't given up, number one. Number two, I've invested in my education and spent the last 2 months learning how to get Jarvee running. And number three, I just don't quit. Don't quit. I've invested way too much time into this. So without getting lost, you need to have a mobile proxy, okay? So that is number 2, a mobile proxy. If you don't have a mobile proxy, if you have any other kind of proxy, you are going to lose. Point blank. All right, number three, you need to make sure you have human-like settings. You need to be leveraging Story Viewer. You need to be leveraging full browser experience. You need to, if the like tool is giving you options, if the like tool is giving you problems, turn it off. Turn off the like tool if it's giving you issues. If the file tool is giving you issues, turn it off. Use what's working. Don't go crazy with Story Viewer. Don't be trying to view, 50,000 stories a day when you're doing likes, comments. I mean, what do you guys think is going to happen? If you're spamming a bunch of DMs, what do you think is going to happen? We can't do that no more. I don't know if you noticed, but in June, we started getting blocked. We can't do that no more. So if you're still doing that and then coming in the comments being like, dude, I'm getting blocked, I'm getting banned, what's up? What do you mean, what's up? We can't do that no more. So stop it. The people that were doing that are the reason why we're being combated, right? The spammers are the reason why we can't automate accounts no more. So if you're doing those types of actions, stop it, because, well, number one, it's not gonna work. Number two, you're probably gonna get banned. And number three, you're just affecting everybody else. So guys, focus on troubleshooting your settings, focus on troubleshooting your accounts. If you have an account that's giving you an issue, diagnose it. Use your brain, use what you got up here. Think, man, all right, how old is this account? Did this account have trouble back in June? You know, did this account buy fake followers? Has this account been on a proxy that's bad? Do I need to change the proxy? There are tons of things that go into an action block, a temporary block on Instagram. Now, I have a lot of instructional video on how to get through blocks and temporary blocks in Instagram guerrilla tactics, you know, how to get the automation back running. So if you're interested in that, I've linked all that below. It's cheap. I've made it affordable for everybody. And there's like, 300 people in that course right now that are running smoothly. So also, if you are a business or if you just want me to go in and adjust your settings, feel free to get a hold of me. And I also offer white label. So if you can't run your client accounts and you want to sub them out to me, feel free to message me and we could talk about giving you a wholesale price. You can message me on Instagram. That's the fastest way to get a hold of me, or you can email me. All right. So I hope you guys are having a good weekend. For those of you that are in Florida, I hope you're staying away from that hurricane. I have a bunch of videos coming out on Instagram and automation, so stay tuned for those. And I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my weekend here at Mountain Resort in Phoenix, Arizona. I will see you on the next one.